That whole show started and it's called The View because it's supposed to be five different viewpoints.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much one viewpoint.
That's what I picked up.
Yeah, there's usually like one token conservative. So I was that conservative for 2 years on this show.
But going into it, you knew that
Yeah.
you were going to be that kind of token target.
Yeah.
So
I did.
what made you accept that job?
Allie, I tried to turn that job down
Are you serious?
multiple.
Behind the scenes of The View, a former co-host reveals all ***. From heated debates to controversial moments, The View has always been at the center of public attention. But what really happens behind the scenes? Today, we dive into the shocking revelations of a former co-host who exposes the toxic culture, political bias, and high-pressure environment that shaped her time on the show. If you've ever wondered how a platform claiming to represent diverse viewpoints turned into a battleground for one-sided narratives, this is a story you won't want to miss.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I wasn't even looking for that job. I actually didn't even know I was up for that job.
Wait, really?
Yeah, they had asked me to just do a fill-in guest co-host a couple times, and I'm like, well, that's kind of scary, but that's kind of fun. Like, I've never done that. I want to do that. So I filled in as a guest, I think 2 times or 3 times, a couple months apart, and then got a call saying, we're looking for a new co-host for the season, and we want to offer you the job. I was like, what? What is happening? And so Val and I prayed about it, and I was like, I know they talk so much politics on the show, and I'm not comfortable with that, so no.
Known for its fiery debates, The View has transformed over the years into one of the most polarizing shows on daytime television. Former co-host Candace Cameron Bure sheds light on what went on off-camera, revealing a culture of manipulation and tension. She recounts how producers recruited her under the pretense of promoting diverse viewpoints, but it quickly became clear that this diversity was more of a facade. Candace describes how the show's liberal dominance left little room for genuine ideological exchange. Conservative voices, like hers, were often sidelined, used as symbolic placeholders rather than respected contributors. During her 2 years on the show, Candace felt isolated and frequently targeted.
Sure, more evergreen topics. We're not really going to talk about politics that much. And it was like, okay. And then I was like, well, I live in LA and I'm not moving to New York, so no. And they said, we'll fly you back and forth every week. We'll pay for the tickets every week.
The biggest open door.
And I was like, okay. And then I was like, but I'm already doing Fuller House and I have a contract with Hallmark Channel and Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. And they were like, yeah, don't worry. We'll work with the schedule. So if you have to leave for a couple weeks to go film a movie, we're totally fine. We'll have another guest host come in while you're gone, but then you...
She recalls how producers prioritize dramatic clashes, often sacrificing authentic dialogue for the sake of entertainment. While The View markets itself as a platform for differing opinions, Candace's experience suggests otherwise. She explains how the show framed dissenters as villains in a choreographed spectacle of outrage, turning meaningful discussions into ratings-driven performances.